Hey there friends, you are at the home of world-class models and the place where you are going to learn everything you need to know to make one that your family and friends will fight over when you're dead. Eric Hazelhorst here with Rockin' H Farm Toys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you asking questions and for your attention to be here. Without you here, this would not exist and it certainly wouldn't be any fun. So today's question comes from Kevin. Kevin says, I want to make my awesome and need resources. I just would like to know how to remove a cab from this semi so I can make a day cab. Any advice? I have a shop full of tools. It's a 1/64 scale semi that comes in a set with a trailer. It's not a high detailed, so I won't be heartbroken if it breaks. I'll put a link in so you can have a picture. Well, essentially, what Kevin has is a truck like this. Very similar to this. This is an Ertl Peterbilt 377, and the difference between this and say one of the higher end models called DCP or a top shelf replicas is this whole thing up here where the sleeper and the cab come together is one piece of die cast. Now the hood and these bearings down here are separate, but the important part here is all of this is one piece of die cast metal. So what this calls for is you'll have to take some sort of cutting device, either a abrasive disc on a Dremel, you could use a bandsaw, some sort of small chop saw, you can even use a hacksaw if you're just going to do one or two. It'd take you a little longer, but the end result will be the same. So what you'll do to make this particular cab a day cab is you'll cut this sleeper off here at the top, right above the cab, and then cut a straight line to the back. Then after that's done, you'll cut, depending on where you want to have your exhaust, I always cut right behind the exhaust a little bit and then cut down. So you're going to make two cuts. Then after that, what I do is I take my disc sander. It's a great tool and it really makes this fast. You could use a file if that's all you have. But I will go ahead and file off the the cab lights and the air horns, and then true up the top edges, and then I'll true up the back edges here, and then use styrene plastic. It's just a flat sheet that I buy at hobbylink.com or wherever it is I'm shopping at the moment, and I'll put the back on first, then I'll take another piece of styrene for the top and close it all up. Then it's just a bunch of sanding and using body filler and things like that to make it all beautiful, to hide your lines and to get rid of all the unsightly cuts and whatnot. It takes a little time. It's not necessarily difficult, but it's time consuming for sure. The beautiful thing about using one of these over some of the other brands you could use is, I mean, you can buy these for $15 or $20. And so buy 4 or 5 of them or 2 and practice on them and see what you come up with. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, once you're done with it, you do have a pretty unique piece, and they're pretty awesome that way. Now, the uber, super duper easy way to make a day cab, this is by far and away the simplest way to make a day cab, is to buy a DCP, Die-Cast Promotions, Peterbilt, or Kenworth, and underneath you have a screw. You can unscrew this sleeper and boop, you have a day cab. Now on a Peterbilt, up until recently, they all had a hole where the sleeper would, just like you would on a real truck. You'd walk through the opening and you'd be in the sleeper from the cab. On some current models, they're now producing these where you can take this sleeper off, make it a day cab, and there's no hole. If you do have an older model, and you have that hole in your Peterbilt cab, you can go to, yeah, all right, cut this. You can go to truckinlittle.com, and he's got some plastic that's been cut to fit inside the empty space, and you just paint it and glue it in place, whatever color you wish. And that works very well. Another brand is Top Shelf Replicas. They make some trucks, not all, but I know their IH 4300 has a screw in the bottom where you can unscrew the sleeper, pop it off, and then you have a true day cab, and it works just as well. DCP Kenworth trucks, I've not come across one yet where you couldn't unscrew the sleeper from the cab and there would be a hole. It's just a true day cab right there. You'll probably have to move some exhaust on a Kenworth, but other than that, it's very simple. And that is how you make a day cab. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks for that question. It's a good one, one that people overlook, because a lot of times you can make really, really great looking day cabs from sleeper trucks, and it's not hard at all, except for the Ertl models and some other brands. Just look for Unibuilt. If they don't have a screw in the bottom, you're going to be hacking, and that's just the way it goes. But again, thank you for that question. If you're watching this from anywhere in the world but rockinhblog.com, come on over, leave a comment or a question, and I will pick that question up and answer it right here at Ask Rockin' H. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.